name's Yvette Steyn-Churchman and I'm the chairman of Fly FPV SA. Okay, this is what they call the Combined Power Nationals, the SAMAA Combined Power Nationals, and basically it happens once a year and the different disciplines come and compete for the national championships basically. I think there's 7 different disciplines here this year apart from ourselves, and we are busy choosing a team to possibly compete internationally, so we're in team selection process as well at this competition.
Just tell me about this specific event.
Okay, so this specific event revolves around what we call multi-rotor racing, and it's FPV multi-rotor racing, so that means first person view, and multi-rotor means that each craft has at least 3 if not 4 motors and propellers. The majority of our guys fly what we call quadcopters, which is the 4 motors and 4 propellers.
And just tell me about the course here. I see there's some obstacles. How does it work?
Okay, so the course is made up of various obstacles. Some are what we call gates, which you have to fly through, and the others are barricades, which you have to fly over.
So FPV racing is where you as a drone pilot is in control of the drone, but you are obviously sitting down. What you see in the goggles that you put on your face is what the drone sees. The remote that you have in front of you is what controls the drone that you are flying. So it is the experience of sitting in the drone, because the only thing that you see is what the drone sees. And the racing aspect thereof is to go around a fabricated track and follow a path, which can be complicated and interesting maneuvers that you need to do. A lot of people, when they get into the hobby, gets, what's the word I'm looking for?
No, you're
Vertigo, that's the word I'm looking for.
So I'm Dale Tanzer. I fly FPV drones, pretty much for fun, but it is a really good hobby.
How did it go today?
Oh, it went well, you know, it started off quite bad. I had a lot of issues with my drones and just technical problems.
Tell us, how fast do these drones move again?
So it depends on the build, depends on the motors, but I can comfortably say they go from like 0 to 200 kilometers an hour in less than a second. It's almost like instant acceleration.
Is it difficult to fly?
If you played video games, you should be pretty good, but the speeds at which we fly at it takes some getting used to. So when I first started, I was foundation, which I was flying for about a year, and then when I moved up to opens, I wasn't doing well at all for another year until I got the hang of the speed, because then you're flying at a completely different pace, and the pilots that you're competing against are also a lot better.
What sort of attributes do you need to be good in this sport? Quick reflexes, good hand-eye coordination, good components, because that also messes you up a lot often. Yeah, I think that's the main 2. Is it an expensive hobby?
I wouldn't say it's too expensive in comparison to other hobbies out there. Like, so one of the full build drones that I built is about $5,000 to $7,000, depending on the components you're chucking in there. When I look at it and I compare that to like bike riding, because I also ride motorbikes, there I'm paying about $30,000 for a bike, and then every time I burn out a tire, it's like another $1,800 for the back tire. So every hobby has its catch, but I wouldn't say it's too expensive. No.
Are there a lot of crashes?
Carnage is real.
And how many drones do you bring? How many spares do you bring?
So I actually came to this Nats with 2 spares. Well, 2 drones, one backup and one main, which is also why I had a lot of technical difficulties, because I was busy trying to fix my main when I was focusing on when I wasn't focusing on actually flying. But on average, pilots bring about 4 drones, 4 race drones, just to make sure that, you know, if something goes wrong, they can quickly just swap it over, plug it in, keep on flying.
Cool, how's it guys? My name's Timothy Ferreira, aka Timmy CPV.
What does the CPV stand for?
Instead of FPV, which is first person view, CPV is a cinematic point of view, because my job is actually flying drones for a living, etc., and I'm a cinematic pilot.
So you basically fly drones for a living and you race drones,
Yes.
you know, to relax.
I'm a drone addict. It's once I found FPV, it's just I can't stop. I used to actually race downhill skateboards, going down a mountain with 4 other guys at plus 100 k's an hour, and the same adrenaline from going down at 120 or whatnot, I get that sitting in a chair flying my drone.
I am Jaden Churchman, and I'm a FPV drone racing pilot.
Okay, and tell me, apparently you're pretty good and you've represented South Africa on an international level before?
Yes, So I've been to the World Championships hosted by the FAI in China twice now, in 2018 and in 2019 as well.
And how long ago, or how did you get involved in this hobby?
So I found a channel called Rotor Riot, and they mainly focused on freestyle, not racing as much. Freestyle is the aerobatics and cinematic side of things. And I saw them flying, and I went to my dad and I was like, I want to do this. And then at the Maker Fair that same year, we saw Flying Robot originally, one of the FPV shops, and that was how I found quads and the community here through them. And I got involved like that, so that was 2015, and I've been flying since then.
Tell me, do you build your own drones?
Yes, so there are pre-built ones on the market, but most of the races here, Darren, myself, and probably most of the people here, if not all of them, we all custom build our races. So we buy the frames, which is the carbon fiber, sometimes other materials too, but the carbon fiber mainframe chassis, I guess, of the drone that everything mounts to. Then you buy the motors, your central electronics, your receivers, cameras, everything separately, and you all solder it and connect it together. And then you also have the tuning where you can literally make the quad feel like you want it to feel in terms of how it responds to you. So everything that we fly is all custom built from the ground up.
So flying these drones, when you're sitting and only seeing where the drone goes, is like being in control of a Star Wars racer, and you are the pilot inside the cockpit of the Star Wars racer, which makes you...
It's
an exhilarating out-of-body experience, and you can do things with the drone which no plane, no car, no go-kart can do, but you are in control of that extremely powerful, extremely fast, extremely agile thing, and it's just an experience that you can't explain to anybody.